Good evening, and thanks for being here tonight. If any of you don't know me, my name's Ed Lally. I'm Development Manager in Tampa for Equality Florida. I'm going to introduce to you our MC tonight, which is Trevor Pettiford. He is an Emmy Award-winning broadcast journalist with more than 20 years of experience in television news and is a reporter for Bay News 9, a part of Pride House. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Pettiford.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. There we go. And welcome to the 2014 Equality for Florida Tampa Gala. How about a round of applause for this evening's talent? Jerika. Now I tell you, I travel all over the Bay Area to Hillsborough and Pinellas, to Polk, to Citrus, all over, but I tell you, nothing feels good or feels better than to be home with family. Now, it's an honor for me to be here this evening with you tonight to celebrate our accomplishments in our community. What a perfect way, what a perfect place for this event tonight. Well, don't you think? Don't you think it looks great? Now we want to make sure that we thank Concept Bait for working your magic here. What? Is that better there? Okay. Can you hear me better now? Now I don't have to yell as loud. But we want to thank Concept Bait for working their magic here. Now imagine what they can do for your wedding. So keep that in mind. Now, I would like to thank all of our wonderful sponsors here. You know, we will mention a few of our top sponsors. There are a few of them here, so I want you to hold your applause to the very end. Our presenting sponsor, PNC Bank. Our statewide CEO sponsors, Carlton Fields, Jordan Birch, MPW, Making Projects Work. Statewide chairs and directors, Northern Trust, C1 Bank, Morgan Stanley, Regions Bank, Wells Fargo, Coca-Cola, Florida Blue, U.S. Trust, Watermark, Mark's List. And our largest individual sponsors, Ruby Florida Council members, Chuck Cave and Jeff Hartley. Now, our many other sponsors are listed on the screen to my right. There. Thank you to all those sponsors tonight. Now, I see a few dignitaries out there in the audience. We want to welcome them. I want to make mention of our Supervisor of Elections, Craig Latimer, Florida Representative Janet Cruz, Florida State Representative Mark Danish, Florida State Representative Amanda Murphy, Hillsborough County Commissioner Kevin Beckner, Hillsborough County School Board member April Griffin, Tampa City Council Chairman Charlie Miranda, Tampa City Council member Lisa I always get this name, Monteleone. I always get that wrong, so I always have to record it again when I'm doing a story involving her. Tampa City Council member Frank Reddick, Tampa City Council member Mike Suarez, Tampa City Council member Yvonne Yoli Capon, and Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn. And of course, Tampa Police Chief Jane Castor. We'd also like to welcome Circuit Judge Charlotte Anderson and former Tampa City Councilwoman Mary Alvarez. You have to forgive me for the flop sweat up here. I'm sweating like some sort of farm animal, I know. It's pretty warm in here, I know. Now, I have to ask you, have you been upstairs yet to visit the art auction? Now, the art auction was organized by Lori White. We want to thank Lori for that. Make sure you head up there sometime this evening to view some of the incredible works that have been donated from some of Tampa's best artists. A big shout out to all those who donated tonight. Give them a round of applause. Now, I would like to introduce to you the chair and vice chair of the 2014 Equality Florida Tampa Gala, my dear friends Scott Moore and Mark Puzarkis.
Wow, it's really tight up here. I'm glad I wore my Spanx. Hey, good evening, everyone.
Closer.
Sorry, is that better? Okay. Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to present this year's Equality Means Business Award. The award is based on a company's commitment to diversity and issues that affect the LGBT community. With a corporate equality index of 100, tonight's recipient sets the standard for corporate responsibility when it comes to treating LGBT employees with dignity and respect. Should I just hold it?
Right in.
Sorry. I'm just gonna hold this. Actually, I'm gonna stand over here and read this. With more than 200 branches throughout Florida, PNC incorporates the celebration of LGBT Pride Month into customer, community, and workforce initiatives. In addition to offering domestic partner benefits, PNC has an LGBT employee resource group providing a forum for discussion and professional development among employees. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 Equality Means Business Award goes to PNC Bank. Accepting the award on behalf of West Coast President Joe Mederchik is Diane Jacob, Vice President and Director of Client and Community Relations. Diane. Congratulations.
Do this again. Thank you, and on behalf of Joe Mederchik and the entire PNC family, let me tell you that it's an honor from all of us at PNC to accept this award. And in fact, will all the PNC employees that are here raise their hands, make some noise, let you know that we're here? At PNC, we celebrate our diversity and believe it makes us stronger. It's one of our most closely held core values, and we align our support with organizations that share and fight for these values. Our support of the LGBT community started from within PNC, as was previously said, through the creation of LGBT affinity groups throughout our footprint, because we care about our colleagues and our friends and our communities, and we care about the fight that you're doing here on a constant basis. And our LGBT friends within the PNC family drove the decision to support Equality Florida because of the voice you give to them, to the community, to make it right. And several years ago, the Human Rights Council rated PNC with a score of 100. They were indicating that we are a company that understands what it means to support our employees, regardless of race, color, creed, gender, or sexual preference. And while that is good news, we lost that rating a couple of years ago. And we took the news very seriously, resulting in a renewed effort to strengthen our policies and actions. And with much effort, we're proud to say we're back at that 100% rating. Thanks to the scrutiny of the council, it made us better, and you make us better. We believe in equality for everyone. You do such a great job at Equality Florida to ensure that the LGBT community has a strong voice, resulting in many successes in recent years. But there's still more work to be done, and we're proud to be in it next to you. Thank you for this honor, and thank you for all you do for the community.
Good evening, everybody. In 2012, the Human Rights Campaign evaluated 291 cities nationwide. That included 15 cities here in Florida, with rankings based on non-discrimination laws, relationship recognition, the municipality's employment and contracting policies, the inclusiveness of city services, law enforcement, and municipal leadership on matters of equality. In that year, Tampa scored a 66. At that time, our mayor, Bob Buckhorn, promised us that he would work to make sure that Tampa was a better place to live for the GLBT community. I'm here to tell you that the new rankings have been released. And in just 1 year, Tampa has improved our score from 66 to 89 out of 100. That makes Tampa Florida's most pre-equality large city in the state. It is my privilege to present the Voice of Equality Award to Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn and the Tampa City Council, Mike Suarez, Mary Mulhern, Yvonne Yoli-Capon, Harry Cohen, Frank Reddick, Charlie Miranda, and Lisa Monteleone.
All right. Everyone up there who's talking, just understand this. I can turn your water off.
Okay.
To all of you, first and foremost, you know, when that rating came out last year, I was not happy. There's one thing that you need to know about me is I hate to lose. And the city of Orlando had finished ahead of us as the best city, the most welcoming city to LGBT community in Florida. And I called up Nadine and I said, Nadine, I am not going to lose to Buddy Dyer and to the city of Orlando because I know that we can do better. And so for the last year, we've set out on a course to change this community, to recognize that each of us have value, and that value should be treated equally. To recognize that as you came downtown tonight, and you saw a city that has been transformed in about 3 years, to see people out on the streets, to see restaurants opening, to see hotels opening, to see a city that is alive, that is vibrant, that is a destination. And part of that reason is our ability to compete for the best and the brightest around the globe. To make them understand that this city is a place of destiny, this city is a place of hope, requires that we celebrate our diversity as a strength. I'm not going to be the mayor of a city, ever, that demonizes people based on race, or creed, or color, or ethnicity, or gender, or the God you worship, or who you love. We're just not doing it. We are just not doing it. So I will tell you this. This is not the end, this is just the beginning. I'm proud of that first place. But more importantly, I'm proud of how far this city has come. I'm proud of how we share each other's successes. We hold each other up in down times. We recognize the intrinsic value of everybody. We're a better place because of it. We're more competitive because of it. We are a better city because of it. We're going to do more. We're going to do better. We're going to make this place that city that we all know it can be, that city of destiny, that city of hope, that city of aspiration. Because ultimately, when it's all said and done, 10 years from now, they're going to look at this time in our history and say, this is where Tampa stood up.
That's right.
I can't tell you what Hillsborough County is going to do, but I can tell you what this city is going to do. So we're going to take our place amongst those great American cities. With this great city council, we're going to be that place that they talked about 15 years ago when they said this was America's next great city. We are going to get there, and we are going to get there together, and we're going to celebrate each other, we're going to honor each other, we're going to hold each other up, and we will be a better place because of it. Thank you. Let's keep working. Let's keep pushing. Let's go, Tampa.
Thanks. You're welcome.
I tell you, with all the things we're hearing in the news about the situations going on in Arizona and Kansas, throughout the country, isn't it comforting to know and give you a sense of pride to know that we have people like Mayor Buckhorn and the Tampa City Council right there behind us, right there back us. Thank you so much, Mayor and Council. Now, I want to tell you, tonight's attendance is absolutely remarkable. 450 plus, making this Tampa's largest gala ever. Yeah. So give yourselves a round of applause. Now, we would like to take a moment to thank the host committee for helping to make this all possible. Now, if you're one of tonight's gala hosts, I'd like for you to raise your hand right now and give you a round of applause. Raise your hand. Thank you so much. Now, it takes a lot of effort to put on a gala of this magnitude. There's a group of people that have been meeting monthly for the past year, working to ensure that you have an event that you can be proud to attend. So please help me in thanking the 2014 Tampa Gala Steering Committee members as I name them off. Gene Costa, Brian Ferris, Stephen Gay, Jim Harper, Melissa Judge, Victoria Kirby, Ed Lally, Mike Miller, Scott Moore, Mark Retzlaff, and Mark Huskarich. See, they had the phonetic there on that one. See, I got it. I got that. Yeah, I'm still sweating. See, you never see me sweat on TV because we usually have a towel right off camera. Yeah, and you do like that. See, now you know the secret. All right, now before I introduce to you and invite the Executive Director, Nadine Smith, up on stage for a State of the State address, if I can have your attention, please. Really? I can really talk louder than absolutely everyone in this room. Trust me, I've been trained to do that. We would like to thank everyone here for their strong and generous support. Now, you'll notice our host committee handing out our new Get Engaged pledge cards. You'll hold up one if you've got one there. Hold them up high. There you go. Now, while Nadine is speaking, please consider how important our work is. Thank you. How our work is to you and how much faster we can make it get there with an additional pledge of support from you. With that, join me in welcoming the Executive Director of Equality Florida, Nadine Smith.
All right, everybody. Hey, listen, do me a favor. If somebody is talking near you, tap them on the shoulder and tell them the quieter it is, the faster I speak. It is, you know what, it's warm in here, but you only have yourselves to blame for buying every single ticket available for the space. I'm going to go ahead and, can I go ahead and take this off of here? Is that all right? Can I? All right, there we go. I'm going to get Oprah on it. So listen, everybody. There's a Churchill quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but he says, when you have something important to say, don't be clever and don't be nuanced. Get a sledgehammer and give it a big whack. Come back and do it again, and then do it a third time for good measure. So I'm here to do that about where we are and where we're headed. Now, for the last couple of years, I've been telling you, any minute now, we're this close. And it's true. This has been transformational. We began this year by promising that there would be marriage equality in 3 years in Florida. And I'm very proud that we have Carlton Fields, Jordan Burke with us because they are part of the legal team, along with the National Center for Lesbian Rights, who have gone to court to secure my marriage and your marriages and the marriages being arranged tonight at this event. So we are moving forward on that promise. We also said in 3 years there would be a statewide non-discrimination law in Florida, so that places like Hillsborough were held to the same standard achieved by cities like Tampa. And I will tell you, we are making extraordinary progress. We passed more than 20 local policies last year. Florida leads the South in terms of support around the range of things that affect our lives. So here's my big thing. This is the thing I want you to take home with you. We did not get here because it was inevitable. We got here because people believed when there was very, very little reason to have hope or faith. We got here because people invested heroically when this was just an idea. And we are not going to get all the way to that finish line that all of us can now see just in the distance by leaning back and thinking that the wheels of inevitability will take us there. Because they won't. And in fact, this is a dangerous moment. A friend sent me an email that said, congratulations, last year after we got a hearing on a domestic partnership bill, and said, it's all uphill from here. And indeed it is, all uphill from here. Even as we can see the finish line just ahead, this is going to be the hardest part of the climb. So I'm here to ask you, as we celebrate, and we should, the tremendous victories all across this country. In fact, I want to give a big shout out to the former treasurer of Equality Florida, who went on to be the executive director of Equality Hawaii, as Hawaii got marriage, and he's here tonight, Don Vance. Where are you, Don? We are winning all over the country, and we should be thrilled, and we should be proud. But also remember that in Arizona, they're considering a law that would allow a restaurant or a barber shop or any place of business to say, we do not serve your kind. So the backlash is real, the progress is real, and this is the moment to lean in like never before. This is the moment to hit the gas. So I want to say to you, thank you all. Thank you for believing when there was little to hope for. Thank you for showing up. For those of you who are new, because you showed up just in the nick of time. And I want to encourage you to take this Get Engaged card that can also be used as a fan. And the complimentary pens that are being handed out. And give in a way that will make you proud and feel like an owner of the victory ahead. Equality Florida, we know that this is not just about passing laws. It truly isn't. The laws are the first part. And I'm proud to see so many young people here, people from my alma mater, that they handed down to us. This is the state where Anita Bryant did her damage. This is the state where the Johns Committee rooted out gay people in the university system and destroyed lives. And this is the state where right now we can't forget that we have people who stay up late at night figuring out how to make our lives harder. And they're not going to simply go away because the winds of change are in our sails and we're on the right side of history. In fact, in these final hours, they're going to fight harder than they ever have. They're going to fight dirtier than they ever have. So stand with us today. We need people who will give at a heroic level, and what that is for you, I don't know, but you know what it is. Stand with us today and be proud every time you see Equality Florida's name in the newspaper, on television, and know that's your name, that's your voice, that's your commitment that's changing our state. Thank you all so very, very much.
Thank you so much, Nadine, for all that you do for all of us. You know, I tell you before I let you go, I had the honor and the pleasure a few months ago over in St. Petersburg to be the MC for the MLK banquet, the annual banquet there. And, you know, I tell you, I think I'm a little bit of an authority on this, that there are distinct similarities and parallels between the civil rights movement of the 60s and the gay rights movement of this decade. And I say that because I'm going to tell you what I told that group then, back in January. We have a history. You're living history right now. Take note of it, and more importantly, tell someone 10 years younger about it. Tell them your story. Tell them your struggle. This is how we don't let it happen again. This is what the Jews do to tell their children about the Holocaust. This is what black families do to tell them about slavery. This is what gays need to do to make sure that we maintain our equality. So I implore you to tell your story and tell it to someone younger. See, I don't get to say that on television, so thank you very much. Now I'd like to thank everyone in the room for being here tonight, for raising money together, and to celebrate together. Now don't forget upstairs, we still have the auction going on. It's going to go on until 9:15, so make sure you sign up for what you want. I'm going to go up and check who's signed up under my name, and I'm going to put my name down there right quickly. The party's not over, obviously, so please stick around and enjoy the scenery and have some fun tonight and celebrate. Thank you all for joining us, and have a great evening.